Do you know who Abella Danger is? Don't answer that. I'm Chris. That's Tyler. Tyler, what's good?
No, I don't know what that is.
That's good. That's a really good thing. Brother, are you mad at Brian Hartline for offering Angelo Smith, who's currently committed to the Buckeyes?
No.
Okay.
He's just like, at a certain point, man, he's just got to do his job. And, like, I think if Angelo Smith was an actual Ohio State level player and not Jeremiah's brother, he wouldn't have offered it.
And if he is an Ohio State level player, the kid's not going to consider going to South Florida. So
correct. And if he is an Ohio, correct. Either he's going to go to South Florida because he's a South Florida level player, or he's not going to go to South Florida because he is an Ohio State level player.
Yep. It's as simple as that. Tyler, we got great news today, dude. And I told you this is what we need to look out for. This exact presser when Ryan Day gave us something on play calling. He told us that Ryan Day told us that Ryan Day is calling the plays. People don't think that's a big deal. I want to get your thoughts on it, and then we can really talk about it.
It is a big deal, and I want to give you your flowers because he would not have said – you said this. He would not have said this if he didn't love what was going on with his offense the last couple weeks at practice. And he also knows what he wants to do against Miami.
Yeah. Yeah, because the easiest thing for Ryan Day to do was call the plays, not tell anybody he's calling the plays, and then if the game plan, looks bad, he'd be like, "Ha, that was Brian Hartline," and then But the fact of the matter is, they got Miami. It's Monday. Jeremiah Smith comes out and says he's 100% healthy. The offense is spending a lot of time with the wide receivers spending a lot of time with Coach Key. Brother, they have to be flying around, or he knows that there is a king-size fish, a swordfish, tuna fish, salmon fish somewhere on that Miami secondary, and he is going to go get it. It's a bunch of cool things right now. It's Ryan Day with time, and it's Ryan Day against Mario Cristobal, and last time he lost to Mario Cristobal, it's Ryan Day with Jeremiah Smith, who, Ryan Day, for all his flaws, he's always been a good storyline guy. Always. Right? Like Carnell Tate against Northwestern, bunch of touchdowns. Max Clare against Purdue. I mean, like, it looks good when there's a storyline there. And him coming out and saying, hey, no. That's me this week.
I got this, bro. I got this, little bro. No, I mean, that's exactly right. He didn't have to say this.
Right.
And he is saying it because he knows. He's got something up his sleeve. I think he knows what he wants to do. I think he feels very good about what's going on. And, for the next 9 days now, when this comes out, next 8 days, he doesn't have to be Ryan Day, the CEO of the biggest football program in the country. He just gets to go be offensive coordinator Ryan Day.
Yeah.
And he gets to be involved now. He's running his meetings. Like, they're just they have a singular focus. Singular focus, Ryan Day is the best play caller. Ryan Day at his very best. If every offensive play caller in college football calls their very best game, he's the best, and it's not close. And if he's at his very best on New Year's Eve, we're going to have a great night, everybody. Great night.
Andy's at his very best after the offensive staff in its totality is getting a ton of criticism for the way the Indiana game went. So it's like his very best when he's got some time. And I don't know, man, I'm really thrilled, especially, and here we go. I don't know if you took this away, but Jeremiah Smith said that he was supposed to miss 3 to 4 weeks and played anyway against Michigan. And then he also, it was hurting, that there was some doubt there. Do you think that maybe his injury is why they maybe were a little bit conservative against Indiana even? Because 4 weeks meant he should have missed not just Rutgers, but those 2 weeks afterwards.
I don't want to get into the excuse game.
Me either, and it's past, I guess. For me, it's past, so I'm, like, willing to talk about it. I don't like using it as, like, the reason, but it is an intriguing, I guess, like, new piece of information that we now have.
Yeah. Listen, Indiana beat Ohio State
100%.
in Indianapolis. They beat us. They played better. They coached better. Everything was better. Indiana did everything better than Ohio State did on that night. Now, I also came on the show after the game, and I said I still feel that Ohio State's better than Indiana.
Yeah.
And I still feel that way. I think Ryan Day had the window of time He had enough time to evaluate what his own team is doing, and now he also has enough time to evaluate the team that he's about to play.
Yeah, the
This
self-reflection.
is a scary time for everybody else.
Everybody else. And Vegas knows it. You see what the line is?
Yeah, open up at 11.5. That's nasty work, man.
That's the Migos song. You was in trouble.
And Mario Cristobal got to play Ryan Day when he had Kerry Combs. Ryan Day has the bearded genius coming with him this time.
With time too, and I don't know how to quantify that yet. I don't know how to quantify
We're
Matt
fixing to
Patricia
find
with
out.
time. Right. No, we're gonna find out. And here's the thing: like for my data, we've always found that like these offensive gurus with time are excellent. We have yet to see a defensive coordinator of the caliber of Matt Patricia in the NFL. We don't know what he looks like with time. Because the only reference point we have for him with time is he solved Texas. He solved Sark, and obviously like that kind of gets clouded because like we don't know what Texas and Sark ended up becoming or like what they really were. And so it's like this will be the second take. And also Carson Beck looked like he just saw snow for the first time. He looked like he had just, like there was questions on the math test that he didn't know how to answer, and it was A&M's defense.
Was he the defensive coordinator against the Falcons in the Super Bowl?
Yes. And I don't know how you feel about halftime adjustments, but yes.
So, like, let's not forget that Matt Ryan won the MVP that season.
Yeah. No, Matty Ice was cold.
And it was also Roddy White and Julio Jones, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't think Roddy was there then. I think he might have been past, but I don't know. I mean, what year was that?
I don't remember. 2012, maybe?
That was 2017.
2017.
Yeah, so that'd have been post Roddy, I believe.
So Julio Jones was there.
Yeah, Julio and them. Yeah, no, Julio was there.
They were good. Anyways, but that's NFL, and that's like also an NFL offensive coordinator. Like that was Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's equal,
Yeah.
But so anyways, I feel very good. I'm looking forward to the game. I think, what's funny is that the players playing in the game don't give a shit about the 2003 national championship game.
Bingo.
Most of them weren't even alive. They don't care. This banter is a fan banter. Period. Point blank. I've already seen like the thing that bothers us about Miami fans is they're uneducated. And they say some really dumb stuff.
They do.
And if you're not, in my PSA to Ohio State fans, if you want to engage and you got time, have at it.
Mm-hmm.
This is what this matchup is for.
Jeremiah Smith did address, though, the.
So I did want to talk about Jeremiah's comments.
Which one? Yeah, okay. Let's hear it. What do you got?
I think Jeremiah's comments were fun. I think Jeremiah is very excited to play this game.
Mm-hmm.
I expect Jeremiah to engage in some extracurriculars. Jeremiah is going to engage in extracurricular activities in this game, at least to start for probably the first quarter of this game.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremiah has been dragged in the mud by Miami fans.
They call him Judas.
Yeah, I think he is. I think this game is going to get wild for Jeremiah Smith. He's going to be emotional. He's going to be fired up. He's healthy. And I think Ryan Day, the point you made about 6 minutes ago, Ryan Day is going to try to find ways to get him the ball.
Twist the knife.
And make sure Jeremiah Smith is the reason why Ohio State beats Miami.
Twist the knife.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about. Was there any one Jeremiah Smith comment that rubbed you the wrong way, or did you like the whole interview? Because I liked the whole interview. Did you hear what he said about playing Miami?
I did like the whole interview. I didn't catch that part, playing Miami. The one thing I did love, I guess loved and didn't love at the same time. He mentioned how practices at the end of the season were not as intense as these ones have been recently, which is good.
It checks. You don't like to hear it, but it checks out because they were so beat up at the end of the year.
Yeah.
But I thought he
So
was saying they ramped up beginning of the year to end of the year.
yeah. So I like the fact that they are ramping up and like the players have the urgency. I just, as a fan, you're like, because like I still wanted to beat Indiana and win the Big Ten championship.
Yeah, but he wasn't healtty, bro. He said that
I know,
quad
I know.
injury.
And so as a fan, I'm like, God, like,
Mhm.
and I get it. I'm like, I get it. Like the intelligent human being in me like understands. Like, yeah, you can't when you play, a 12-game season in 14 weeks. Like, you gotta have to slow it down at some point. But I'm
No,
glad
dude.
that the players have a level of urgency now.
Dude, he said, I thought you would have loved this. He said they're still crying about that game from 20 years ago. I'm
Oh
gonna give
yeah,
them something else to cry about next
I
week.
love that.
It's like basically like they're still whining about that game. Well, we got something else for them this year to refresh their memory.
I actually did hear that, and I love that.
I was
I
like,
love the fact that he acknowledges that they're still crying about that game 20 some
mhm.
years later. And I also love that he's ready to give him something else to cry about.
And then
Because
also,
he is Miami's like he's their city goat.
he's their LeBron.
Yeah.
And then the other point in there that I thought was good that he made, because like there was a lot of like Miami, there was a lot of like, how motivated are you going to be given the fact this will be your first game after losing the Blitnikoff. There was like a lot of that. And one of the other comments was like, don't get it twisted. Like, it's time to go win another natty. Like, this isn't the national championship. I'm going to beat their ass on the way to a natty. It's how I took it. And I'm like, yeah, dude.
Yeah. No,
He sounds a little bit like young Kobe to me. Just so you know.
you know what? He's also like he is a elite athlete Twitter follow
Oh, yeah.
because he doesn't tweet very much, but when he does, oh, it bangs every time. Like
Bro.
the feel for the moment of when he tweets is impeccable.
Dude, that's kind of who he is. Like even like there was the quote, like after the Michigan game, even though he comes from so far away, he understands exactly what this fan base needs and delivers it on the perfect timing. Also, not to glaze too hard, he follows me. That makes me happy. Like, that's cool. Like, that's like
awesome.
my like
Yeah,
let's go.
that's
Let's
awesome.
go, Jeremiah.
That's awesome.
You have a new playoff format proposal?
Yeah, I have a proposal, and I do think that expansion's coming.
Okay.
Even though I don't like it, but I'm not going to fight it. So my proposal is a 14-team playoff where the Big Ten and the SEC get 4 teams apiece. The ACC gets 2, and the Big 12 gets 2, and then there are 2 at-larges. 12-game seasons, 9 conference games, 1 P4 opponent with structured conference scheduling, similar to that of the NFL, where if you finish in this slot, you get this conference schedule. However I'm not that smart, so somebody else can figure that out. With 2 yearly rivalries. So you have 2 teams in your conference that you play every year no matter what. So on the biggest changes on conference championship weekend, we have play-in games. This is now everybody starts to play. Okay? That's in my world. So in the Big Ten, the 1 and 2 seed play each other. The winner of those games gets a automatic bye
Okay.
as the 1 and 2 seed. Okay? The 3 seed plays the 6 seed. The 4 seed plays the 5 seed. The winner of those games goes to the playoff. Loser,
Sayonara.
see you later. In the Big 12 and the ACC, 1 plays 4, 2 plays 3. Winners go to the playoff. Okay? Then you have the 2 at-larges. You can use that for a team that may have lost. You can use that for a group of 5 if they are ranked high enough. But either way, 10 teams have played and decided their fate, and they are in. The committee will then add the 2 at-larges, and then they will rank the 12 teams that are in the playoff in 1 through 12, and then you'll have a bracket. The 1 and 2 seed gets a bye, and now you just have a bracket. And the first round is played the week after the play-in week, and then the first 2 rounds are played at the home field of the schools.
It probably solves most issues. I'd wonder, like, year to year, would you want it conference adjusted if one of the other conferences was somehow better than the Big Ten of the SEC, or is that too impossible? And then my other thing is, I hate the idea of more teams, Tyler.
I do too, but I think it's coming, and I'm trying to
I hope you're wrong. I hope it's not coming, because right now, I think next year's perfect.
What do you think next year? Is the same thing?
Yeah, I think we're good now.
I like now. Like, I don't
Yeah.
disagree now.
I'm saying I think the one issue is the Notre Dame issue, and people don't want to hold Notre Dame accountable, which cool, whatever. And now I don't know if you saw what Notre Dame.
This format pushes them. That means there's only 2 at-larges available. So what happens if the 5 seed of the Big Ten and SEC is 10-2?
Yeah, then it's tough.
Like, I'm trying to force Notre Dame to get
into a conference.
Into a conference.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you saw what the Big Ten and USC did today.
Oh, they iced them out.
Yeah, well, some people think that they did it. Some people think Notre Dame backed out of it because Notre Dame doesn't want to lose more games. I don't know. My thing is, I like where it's at right now. I don't want more teams in. Again, I think it's an 18 playoff with DEI, an 18 playoff with inclusion.
I just want to find a way to have a 12-team playoff where there's no committee. The committee, I want it to be played on the field.
Yeah.
Figure out a format.
People right now are arguing more committee, and it throws me off.
Less committee. The less involved the committee is, until the committee is.
The more you argue 12 best, the more you're giving the committee power.
Right. And the thing about it, too, that nobody wants to mention is that the committee is full of people that aren't football people.
That's my other thing. I don't have faith in them to get the 12 right people. Or the 12
fact, get Urban Meyer, Nick Saban, Jimbo Fisher. I don't know who else is retired.
I mean, I don't know. I think I would like Andrew Luck.
I'm talking about people that have no biases, though.
Look, if you think Jimbo Fisher and Nick Saban don't have biases, you're out of your mind.
I mean, Urban Meyer's going to have. I mean, there's going to be biases.
So I guess the big issue is going to be like when people have friends that are coaches and they have mouthpieces and they're mouthpieces for agents as well. Like all those guys getting monetary bonuses based on making the playoffs. Like, I think Andrew Luck probably has less biases than all 3 guys you mentioned. And also, what is Andrew Luck's bias going to do? Stanford's never even going to be in the position.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Yeah,
yeah. Give me Andrew. Give me the quarterbacks. Give me Andrew. Give me Peyton. Give me Tom. Give me Drew. Give me the quarterbacks, man.
Yeah, get 4 retired quarterbacks.
The council, Kurt Warner.
Yeah, and just be like, okay, you're going to meet one time. You're going to meet Sunday morning after the play-in weekend, and you're going to give us our bracket. Voila.
Bingo. I'm with it.
There's got to be a way. The only reason why I went to 14 instead of 12 is because I believe that the Big Ten and the SEC should get significant. They should get double the amount of teams that the ACC and the Big 12 get.
And I guess for me, I don't even worry about the number anymore. I used to worry about the number, but I'm growing out of that part of my life.
But I'm just doing it because that's the only way you make it fair if you do the play-in weekend.
Yeah, no, that's real. No, I understand why you do it. I guess I'm so satisfied with this year's playoff.
Yeah, this year was an anomaly. I think there needs to be. I would like to see
this year's round 2 is perfect. Last year's round 2 was not perfect because Boise State was in it.
Yeah.
This year's round 2, oh my God, chef's kiss. Oh my God, Gordon Ramsay just kissed that woman on top of the head. Oh my God, Simon Cowell said yes. Oh my God, the smoke is in the air. They picked the new pope. This year's round 2.
Yeah, it's good.
Shit is prettier than a Bell of Danger. This is literally top of the world.
Yeah. No, this is exactly what we wanted.
And
We
there's
have
more outrage about this year than there was last year.
we have big brands. We have the best all four national champ like all four ones the top four seeds are all playing.
Look,
We have
I'll just go through it.
stories.
You got the
We got it all.
brands, you have the brands, you have the regions, you have schools with 4 different paths to get there. You've got incredible storylines in every single matchup. You've got big money. Like, it is ideal. You've got NFL guys all over the place. My one thing with the 14 playoff is that a lot of times you would lose like one of the NFL draft QB1, QB2, right? Like
Yeah.
like this is now in 19 it was different that we got Trevor Lawrence, we got Jalen Hurts, we got
Justin
Joe
Fields.
Burrow, and we got Justin Fields. Like, other than that year, like Sam Darnold wasn't in it, like Josh Rosen wasn't in it, like guys
Dwayne
weren't
Haskins
really.
wasn't in it.
Dwayne Haskins wasn't in it. Daniel Jones wasn't in it. Like, and those guys were all like high first round draft picks. Like, we have quarterbacks 1 through 3 in this year's draft, and we have quarterback 1 in next year's draft. Like
Yeah.
this is rocking out. Like, this is absolutely rocking out. This is like when God got up there and wrestled with Jeremiah for the structure of a 14 playoff, and they were like, well, we want 8. This is the 8 team playoff that the gods intended. Like, this was it.
Yeah.
You have your best players all in the sport, all competing in this field of 8. And I think that's the best thing.
And even if you didn't have the first round, you sub Texas A&M for Miami, still a quality team, still good players, still good stories, and you switch Oklahoma and Alabama.
Yeah, dude, this feels like Game of Thrones, like a war. I love it. I think it's perfect.
Yeah, this is exactly what it should look like. This is exactly what we wanted to see. This New Year's Eve and New Year's Day is going to live up to the hype that everybody's want.
This is legitimately the best playoff there. And here we go, Tyler. And here's my thing. This is where I think people were being so fucking stupid and short-sighted. Because in what world have we ever called the playoff format broken after round 1? You know what I would say would be more broken? If we had an absolute blowout in a championship game. I don't care about the blood in round 1. You give me a blood in the championship, then I'm upset.
We had one of those.
Yeah, we had with TCU, Georgia.
Yeah.
Max Duggan just got sacked again 20 minutes ago. Like it was bad. The game gave him
Chris, we had blowouts in the BCS.
That's what I'm saying. What Bama did to Notre Dame, I'm surprised.
Florida did to Ohio State.
Literally. Or what? I mean, wait, who did to Ohio State?
Florida.
Oh, yeah. I'd be blurring that game out of my mind.
I mean, listen, I try to
to me, we're national.
To be
I don't care.
Realistic, but also biased, but also realistic Ohio State fan. We got some scars. We got some warts.
No, we have some scars. That's fine. But my point is, calling the college football playoff broken after round 1 when we are set up for the best round 2 of all time.
Yeah,
not going for. I want to flip gears. Talk brownies.
I thought the game was. I thought it was a good game. I thought they were played.
It was a great game. The Browns.
I thought they played better. They played a really good team. They competed.
Scored 20.
The run defense is. This is, like I said, the December Browns defense that has given up. But it was a hard game to like. It's a hard game to evaluate Shedeur because it's like, okay, you get mad at him for people are getting mad at him for checking the ball down. And then you get mad at him for holding on the ball for too long. It's like, what are we doing? Like, I watched the game, man, and I tried to like nobody was open because they don't have anybody that can get open.
You know how this game was really easy for me to evaluate? I just did a vibe check. What was it like with him out there versus what was it like with Dylan Gabriel out there?
When Gabriel was out there for one play and got booed because nobody understood. They didn't know, like the fans in the stadium didn't know that Shador's finger was bleeding.
Yeah, I love vibe football. That's how I judge this Browns team this part of the year. The score is 20-23. That's a good vibe check game. You know, he didn't look good. He threw the 2 picks, but
The
this
one
part
pick
of the
was
year
not his
quarterbacks
fault.
look bad.
The one pick was definitely not his fault.
No, absolutely not his fault. He needs to get one back.
The second one was his fault.
He makes some wow throws and he makes some rookie mistakes. But look, like man, I don't know, man. Like he looked better.
He
than
showed
Jack
athleticism. He showed some athleticism that I didn't think he had, to be honest with you.
Oh, he was jamming and sliding for real.
It's just hard, man. I just don't know whether I'm ready to like give him the keys for next year or not, because it's hard. It's hard because this year is so important because they're going to have, at the worst, they're going to have the second pick in the draft.
Well, here, it's like, look, man.
Can you pass up Mendoza or Moore? Because they're going to be there. One of them is going to be there.
Look.
Or both.
If you believe in Shador, don't tell a soul. Do not tell a soul. You know why you don't tell a soul? You wait till you go through the entire draft process. We have made a decision. We're still evaluating the whole time. You need to drive the value of that pickup to where you fall in love with Shador. You write down, okay, what do I need to help Shador next year? Tackle, wide receiver,
guard.
Guard. That's what I'm writing down. I need those 4 things. Whoever calls for that 2 pick, they better offer me something that lets me go get that group of players, right? Because here's the thing. If you're the Browns, you tip your hand, then all of a sudden that pick doesn't gain the value. But you have to make somebody feel like you're going to draft Dante Moore with that number 2 overall pick. And you need to walk away with the whole head. You need to walk away with the whole, like with all of it.
So I did a mock draft today. And I did it with the mindset that I was keeping Shador, and he was being my quarterback in 2026.
And did you draft with that too, or did you trade out of it?
No, I drafted at 3, so I was the 3rd pick.
Okay.
I drafted Spencer Fanu. Then I drafted his teammate, Caleb Lemieux.
Shout out you.
At the 38th pick, I drafted Caden McDonald.
Okay. Big guys, big trench warriors.
At the 69th pick, I drafted Caleb Turnin, who was the Northwestern tackle who won Offensive Lineman of the Year in the Big Ten.
Yep.
And then 104th, I drafted Omar Cooper Jr.
It's a great pick.
Oh, and then 141, I drafted Parker Brailsford, another offensive lineman.
Just go get those trench daddies, man.
I drafted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 offensive linemen in that draft. It's hard. I'm not ready to say yes or no what I want to do. I'm going to wait. I want to see the entire body of work. I want to see, because I go back and forth. Do I think Shador is an NFL quarterback? I think so. I'm not ready to stamp it, but I think he is.
I'm pretty confident he's an NFL quarterback.
But I've also seen, I've actually never seen a scenario where an NFL team builds around the quarterback and then takes their quarterback.
You said you've never seen that?
I've never seen that.
Yeah, you have.
When?
The Vikings.
You think they drafted to get? But they had Kirk Cousins. When?
They built their team with the intention of drafting a quarterback.
Yeah, but they had their quarterback to begin with. They had a quarterback in the meantime. They had somebody.
Well, yeah, they had a gap fit. Like they had Sam Darnold. Like the plan was always to draft a quarterback.
The Browns haven't drafted a quarterback in the first round, I think, since Johnny Manziel.
Yeah, that probably checks.
Last first round quarterback by the Browns.
Would you say the Giants built?
So 2014, The Browns have drafted that's the last time they drafted a first-round quarterback.
No, Baker Mayfield.
Oh, duh. Wow, AI let me down. So Baker Mayfield. I go back and forth. Like, does it matter if you don't have the guy? Does any of it matter if you don't have the guy?
It just depends on like how good you are at building, right? Because like the 49ers, they just built a super sound roster. So no matter who the quarterback is, like they'll let it rock.
Chris, what team are we talking about right now?
No, you were talking about you've never seen teams build it and then get the quarterback.
You just said if your team can
build it,
build a roster.
They built it. I'm just saying you're talking about building it, like you're talking about the order of it.
I don't believe that the Browns can build the roster.
Okay, well, you asked if anybody had built the roster and then got the quarterback.
Okay, so I was wrong. It's fine. I can be wrong. I'm not okay. I'm
about
not above
the
being
roster.
wrong. I'm just saying, like,
if you have the guy, you can get away with spotty building.
To me, what the hell they've been doing for the last 4 years?
No, I agree. Firmly agree.
You traded all your picks for the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't work. You traded capital, and now it's like, okay, well, what were you doing beforehand, like with the picks that you did have? Were you building the roster? No, you're just drafting shitty players.
That too.
Like, I don't have any faith in this regime. I think that's part of my problem is I don't know what to do because I don't trust this regime to do anything the right way.
Yeah, that's your big thing. And they'll just you're just thinking, okay, they're just going to run into a quarterback at some point, and then that'll really help things.
If you are a general manager and you fall in love with Dante Moore, like you think if you're willing to stake your career, you have to take him. You have to.
I'm in love with bro. So
the other scenario here is that you fire Andrew Berry and you fire Kevin Stefanski, and you hire a GM. You either hire a GM that's and head coach that is in love with Shador,
mm-hmm.
I think Shador is it, or if you don't think you can find somebody that loves Shador, then the new GM is going to do what they want to do.
They have to trade him. You can't have Shador on the roster next year if he's not starting. By the way,
agreed. To me, it's just like until I know who's making the draft picks, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
What I want, even what I want them to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not ready to say to roll with Shador or not roll with Shador. I just think if a general manager loves Dante Moore, you got to take him.
Have to.
He's bigger. He's got a better arm, and he's younger.
You know what tree I have him in? And not saying that he's going to be these guys, but he's like that. Here we go. And let me walk with me. And I'm not saying it, but Jackson Dart, Bo Nix, Jalen Hurts. You look at them, you squint. Similar guys, different fonts, right? Sure. They're part of that tree. The other tree that I think Dante Moore is in, is C.J. Stroud, Jaden Daniels. Squint a little bit. I think it's that tree. Their other tree is Justin Herbert, Drake May, Trevor Lawrence. Squint, you look at them. There's the outliers that don't have trees. Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray. You just are who you are.
If Dante Moore's comp is Justin Herbert, you have to take
him. No, I don't have him in that tree. My bad. The tree I have him in is the C.J. Stroud and Jaden Daniels. That's his tree.
That's those two quarterbacks went to the playoffs in their rookie seasons.
Yeah, like that's the tree for him. Like that's the skill set, that's the size, that's the frame, that's the skill.
Also took two teams to the playoffs that looked similar to the Browns offense, lacking talent, all those things.
Yeah.
Now the real kick in the dick is that the Browns only have $8.1 million of cap space next year.
That's a mess, dude. Shit.
So there's a whole lot of variables. There's a whole lot of shit that you got to sift through to figure out, okay, this is where we should go.
Are they not going to have enough money to sign their draft class?
That's a good point. I don't know. I mean, they'll probably pay the luxury tax,
Yeah.
but like, David Njoku's not coming back. They can't afford to
And
pay him.
Harold Fannon's good, man. So I'm
Harold
cool.
Fannin is good, and David Njoku's like kind of disappeared this year. So it's like I think Njoku's out the door. I mean, you're going to have a whole new offense, like a brand new offense, and it's going to be extremely young, like crazy young. So, not to mention, you draft a quarterback, and you're going to have the Deshaun Watson thing looming over your head as well. It's a mess, man. It's a mess.
That shit is nuts.
Would you pass on Mendoza if you're the Browns? Like, if you're the Browns, do you think Mendoza's could be your guy, or are you a Dante Moore guy for the Browns?
You know what tree I have Mendoza in?
Who?
The tree is Matt Ryan, Jared Goff.
See, to me, while I think Jared Goff is really good. If you put Jared Goff on a bad team, I don't think he's very good.
And that's acceptable. That's fair.
Like, I think Jared Goff is a product of the talent around him.
That's fair.
Like he elevates to the talent and also sinks to the talent. Like, I don't,
Yeah.
I don't think he's making.
He needs elite structure.
Better.
He needs elite structure.
Yeah, mostly because like he's athletically challenged when it comes.
And not that he needs elite receivers. He just needs good protection, especially at the guard spot.
Yeah. Yeah. So like, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like,
no,
I think Baker Mayfield falls in that category as well.
I don't know what tree. The tree that I struggle with, because here we go. The Pat Mahomes tree is Pat Mahomes, Matt Stafford, and Caleb Williams. Oddly enough, like that's that tree together.
See, the Browns. I'm glad you brought up Caleb Williams. We both don't particularly like Caleb Williams,
but he works in Cleveland because he's from that tree that does that can have less,
like talented, but like not sure about like how like the person not in love.
Yeah, not sure about like the mentally like where you're at.
They hired a coach who believed in Caleb Williams, and then that coach built a system around him
and brought in a hyper culture guy in JT Barrett.
If you cannot bring in a coach, like if you're not going to take a quarterback and they don't believe in Shador, it's never going to work.
100%.
And the GM and like I am going to be paying very close attention to Andrew Berry and his like if he's back, if he's the one making the picks, I have zero faith. None.
That is not happening.
Never show me that he can do it.
Yeah, that's for real. We want Cavs talk. Are they losing right now? They're up right now. They're up. With 3 minutes left in the third against Charlotte right now, 85-93. But they've been pretty bad as of late, Tyler. They have not, and they've been bad and not fun to watch.
So I had a stat that was given to me today.
Dude, they can't defend anymore.
The core four is beating their opponent when the core four is on the court together. They're beating their opponents by 25 points per 100 possessions. Do you know how many possessions the core four has played together this year?
How many?
137.
Jesus.
There's a report out there that Kenny Atkinson's on the hot seat.
Do you buy it?
That's the most loserest crock of shit I ever heard. Same coach, same team, just won 65 games.
Yep.
The players need to play better.
Yep.
I think in the NBA, out of the three major sports, I think basketball coaches mean the least.
1,000% agree.
I don't want to hear it about Kenny Atkinson. Like, we ran JB Bickerstaff out of town. Look what he's doing in Detroit.
They look good. You
can't just keep running these coaches out of town when it's like, here's my thing, man. We got Kenny Atkinson rumors that he's on the hot seat. We got Darius Garland as trade bait, specifically with the Kings. And they're in the second apron. Here's my thing. I I'm 1 foot out the door on Evan Mobley.
Okay.
I'm not all the way out. He can bring me back in, but I'm 1 foot out the door. What they've shown us so far over the last 4 seasons and this season so far, what they've shown us is they are not capable of winning a championship. This team, as constructed, is not going to. It cannot beat. I don't think they can beat the Thunder, and I don't think they can beat the Rockets.
Agree.
But they're not healthy. Like, they're just not. Max Strus hasn't played yet. The core four has played 137 possessions in the entire season together.
Yeah.
Like, it's not. And Tony Rizzo calling him the sore four was such a bar, by the way.
Dude, I like that, dude. You know, I don't really love to give credit to a lot of those guys, but he's been doing a great job this year with the Cavs, especially.
So if you are going to move on, like if you don't here we know that we think we know that they can't win a title. So why not try to move a piece? And to be honest with you, like, you're obviously not going to move on from Donovan Mitchell. And you're not going to move on from Evan Mobley. You probably can't trade Jared Allen because nobody wants that contract for what he provides.
Can't trade Jared Allen. No, I don't think you can trade Jared Allen. Even though they should have traded him the second he said these lights are kind of bright.
I mean, he's about to make $23 million next year.
Yeah.
Who wants to pay a 6'9" Afro who averages 7 rebounds a game that can't shoot or dribble? $23 million.
It's a lot of money. You mean you hope that maybe next year it's not a lot of money depending on what the salary cap does?
So the only one that's tradable is Darius Garland.
Yeah.
But the problem is that when he's playing, they're good.
When he's playing, they are a contender.
So it's like, damn, what do you do? And it's just, if they screw around and get bounced again in the first or second round, it's going to be a monster collapse.
Yeah.
It'll be super ugly. It'll be because Dan Gilbert does not play. If Dan Gilbert's not happy, he'll tell Colby Altman to make change. And he'll pay. He does not care. He doesn't care. And the thing about it, as long as you have Evan Mobley and Donovan Mitchell, like, you're going to be in the mix.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I think it's one of these things where you got to figure out, do you believe or do you not believe? And if you believe, then you stand pat and you let these guys get healthy, which I think is what they're going to do because I don't think they have a choice.
You know, Kobe White's Chicago's going to shop him around. I'm trying.
Does he make as much money as Darius Garland? Because it has to be dollar for dollar, right?
Yeah, it has to be dollar for dollar, or shoot, what's the apron rule about it? You know, bringing in money.
They can't bring in more money. I know that.
Yeah, they can't. I know they can't bring in more. It's like, how much less can they bring? Because, you know, Kobe White and Darius Garland were the same draft.
Right.
Yeah, Garland makes more. But that's not really the swap I was thinking about.
I think Darius Garland is better
than Kobe.
But he's not healthy. So it's like, what good
you know what Kobe gives you. What do you always talk about, dog? About in the playoffs?
Defense.
Kobe White is 6'4", 6'5", and averages 20 points a game.
That helps. That definitely helps.
Like, same draft class, 6'4", 6'5", averages 20 points a game.
Yeah.
Like, if this sore four can't do it, it's like, I know beggars can't be choosers, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, listen,
they're currently linked to the Kings are linked to them.
My mindset is this: if I know they can't win, why not make a move and see if I can change it? It may not work, probably won't work, but at least I can find out. I already know the answer. I know the answer to one question. I don't know the answer to the other. And I don't like the answer that I know. So why not try to go figure out, you know, if I like the other answer. I might not, but at least I can try to find out. It's they're not going to make any. I don't think they're going to make any moves because I don't think they can. Well, I don't think. Let's put it this way: I don't think they're going to make any substantial moves because I don't think they can. I think the second apron thing is like really locking them up.
It's such a hindrance, dude.
And they went all in on it. They went all in on this group. And I don't want to fault them for that. Like, you can fault them for like going for it. I mean, you can fault them for like misevaluating, but you can't fault them for going for it.
No, I agree.
And it's like also when you got to pay Evan Mobley an extra $20 million a year because he won Defensive Player of the Year, like that's tough. That's probably something that they didn't foresee happening.
Mm-hmm.
So it is what it is, man. They've just been disappointing, and Donovan's leadership is going to be tested, and
tested, yeah, right now.
Jared Allen's toughness is like out for the whole world to see.
Dude,
and like
him, bro.
He's got to get better. He has to play better. Evan Mobley has to play better. They all have to play better, and the supporting role guys have to play their role better, defend better. That's what they're in the NBA for. Guys that last in the NBA are the guys that play defense and shoot threes.
Bingo.
And those, they're not doing it. And DeAndre Hunter, I guess, wiped all his Instagram full of anything Cavs related. Probably because he's mad he got sent to the bench. But you know what, DeAndre? Play better. Be better. Right?
I just want to see what his contract is. What's his contract, dog? What's his per year?
I don't know. You tell me. It's not north of
23.
23 million. I mean, this is the most expensive roster in the NBA.
That's an expensive bench piece.
He's mad about being on the bench, but dog, play better. You weren't playing good enough.
Dude, I'm looking at Kobe White, and I'm like, oh, my God. And the Cavs are not going to be able to get done because you know how much Kobe White's making this year?
How much?
12.
Oh, it's cooked.
That's a great contract. 12? Yeah. Send Austin Hedges.
Yeah. Brutal.
Are we drafting top 5 athlete bus?
Yes, we're drafting tonight. You have the first pick. The bigger the bust, the better the pick.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So the worst player, the better.
Okay. Jamarcus.
Or the bigger, the
worse they were. Like the bigger the hype. Yeah.
Yeah. You get what I'm saying.
Jamarcus Russell is my first pick.
Great pick. No doubt.
Obvious. Most famous bust in the history of it. I wasn't prepared for this, so I'm trying to give it a whirl.
I'm gonna go Ryan Leaf. Ryan Leaf was also not only was he a bust player, but he also went to jail. His fall from grace was through the bottom.
Yeah, you lose points because he wasn't the first overall pick.
Yeah, but he's famous. He's a famous bust.
He definitely is.
I mean, he was drafted. I think he was drafted. And the worst part about it is he was drafted right after Peyton Manning.
Yeah, the fact that it was right,
Yeah.
The fact that it was right after.
Yeah.
Peyton Manning. If it was before Peyton Manning, oh good God.
No, I think Jamarcus was the right pick at the first overall, and I think Ryan Leaf was the next biggest fall from grace.
Yeah. And we're doing we're doing all sports, right?
Yeah, all sports.
Okay, well, Kwame Brown is the next one.
So I had Kwame Brown on my list. But I think Greg Oden was more hyped than Kwame Brown.
No.
You don't think so? Greg Oden was the man. He was supposed to be like Bill Russell.
Dog, do you remember what Kwame Brown was supposed to be?
Kwame Brown came out of high school, correct?
Yeah.
What happened? Why didn't he work?
Kwame Brown was the first high schooler ever drafted number 1 overall. Think about how great you have to be that guy, and then you're the bust.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
They said he has small hands. I don't
know. He's an angry guy, though, still.
And also, Greg Oden was a better player than him in the NBA.
Yeah, but Greg Oden was like, he got drafted before Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Imagine if Portland would have drafted Kevin Durant instead of Greg Oden.
No, it's crazy. No, you're right.
Greg Oden was like, and it was no fault to his own. He just had like the worst feet of all time.
Yeah. Well, for me, it's like I think Kwame Brown's the bigger bust because
I think Greg Oden was supposed to be a better player than Kwame Brown, but I don't. Maybe I just don't remember Kwame Brown when he came out.
Well, you don't. Well, Kwame Brown was 01 and he came out of high school.
Yeah. My brain says Greg Oden. Though. That's my next pick. So you're right.
Dude, drafted ahead of Tyson Chandler, Paul Gasol, Joe Johnson, Zach Randolph, Tony Parker, and Gilbert Arenas.
Wasn't he drafted? And the worst part about it for Kwame Brown was like he was teammates with Michael Jordan in Washington.
Yeah. And Michael Jordan drafted him.
Yes.
That's the rare double up, dude.
Yeah.
That's the rare double up.
There's another There's two more basketball ones.
Am I up next? Am I up again?
You are.
Darko.
Yeah, I was.
Good night. Good night. Drafted ahead of Melo, Chris Bosh, and Dwayne Wade.
Right after LeBron James.
Right after Braun. Good night.
I think Darko getting drafted in between all those like first ballot surefire Hall of Famers is just like tragic for him.
Sandwiched in there.
Yeah. All right, I have my other basketball one. Anthony Bennett.
Bro, he's so bad.
That's at least the other basketball players had hype. Like Anthony Bennett, that was like random. It was like one of the worst picks in NBA history.
That shit was so bad, dude. People were selling that he was the next Charles Barkley after like trying to justify the pick. And I was like, no one believed this beforehand. That's why everybody was stunned that it happened.
Yeah. They drafted Anthony Bennett. We were like, who?
Right.
Yeah, bro. I'm gonna go with Anthony Bennett.
So who do I have so far? You
have Jamarcus Russell, Kwame Brown, and Darko Milicic.
Okay, I feel like I'm so NBA heavy right now.
I have Ryan Leaf, Greg Oden, and Anthony Bennett.
Dude, I'm going Trent Richardson.
Oh, that was my next pick.
3rd overall pick, 2012.
As a running back.
And the draft it was right after Andrew Luck and RG3. Ryan Tannehill, Luke Kuechly, Stephon Gilmore, Fletcher Cox, Melvin Ingram, Chandler Jones, Dante Hightower.
Really
like,
bad.
Oh my God.
What a great You're killing me this draft. You're absolutely killing me this draft. That was my next pick was Trent Richardson.
Bro, just horrendous.
He was terrible.
He was.
Like he was worse than Eddie Lacy, and Eddie Lacy was just like he got so fat.
Bingo,
he was still better than Trent Richardson.
He ate the old Eddie Lacy.
Yeah. All right, this is a little older, but I'm going with Brian Bosworth.
Wow, okay.
Dude, Brian Bosworth was like he was Johnny Manziel in the 80s, like the defensive player version. Was super famous. He got drafted like early, like a top 5 pick as a linebacker.
Yep.
And like he was supposed to be the man. He was supposed to be the big, mean, nasty linebacker. He got busted taking steroids. And then Bo Jackson absolutely bodied him into the dirt. And he was never the same. Bo Jackson met Brian Bosworth in the hole at the goal line. And Bo Jackson bodied him into the earth. And it was over. Never the same. Was so bad. He was so bad.
When you're not only a bust, but your career gets summed up in the bad end of one play, that almost makes it even worse.
Yes.
Makes it bad.
Like he was he was one of the players on Barry Switzer's national championship Oklahoma teams. Like they were so good.
Dude, he had the documentary about him that I watched. That's why I'm familiar with him. Yeah, The Boz, which was
he talked about himself in third person.
Yeah, which go to jail. Just so you know.
Yeah.
Go to jail. I'm gonna take it easy on you.
Last pick. I think this is your last pick. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it easy on for the last pick. I'm going Trey Lance.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not a good pick, but definitely a bust. Definitely a bust.
You know why I think I think it's a good pick?
Why?
What pick do you think he was in the draft?
He was a top 10 pick, wasn't he?
He was a top 3 pick.
Yeah, that's a bad pick.
And you know what makes it even crazier? He lost the battle, the camp battle, to the very last pick in the draft.
Yeah.
The very last pick. He started a grand total of 15 games, dog. Number 3 overall pick.
Yeah. Hold on, I need to look this up real quick because I have my next pick.
I spared you from an absolute bludgeoning, though.
Yeah, you definitely you got me. I'm not going to sit here and say that you didn't get me, but I think this pick might make it a little bit more respectable. I'm going to pick Charles Rogers, the receiver from Michigan State. 2003. You know who was drafted directly after him?
Who?
Andre Johnson.
That's brutal. That's always really brutal.
Terrell Suggs, Byron Leftwich, Troy Polamalu.
Yeah.
I mean, Willis McGahee, Larry Johnson.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be he was one of the first receivers that got drafted early.
Mm-hmm.
And he was ass.
Yeah, there's a couple around that time that got drafted early, right? I guess Keyshawn got drafted early.
Yeah, but he was it was right when they started drafting. Well, Calvin was after him.
Yeah. Well, Calvin wasn't that far after him. Calvin
No, not that far. But they were they could have had, if Charles Rogers ended up being good, they could have had Charles Rogers and Megatron. But Charles Rogers was so bad. So he was out of the NFL and he didn't even make it through his rookie contract.
Just so you know, if I didn't draft, who's my last pick?
Trey Lance.
I was between Johnny Flynn and Hashim Thabit.
There were some other ones. Adam Morrison.
Dog, you're not going to skip over my Hashim Thabit. You know who the pick before Hashim Thabit was?
Who?
Blake Griffin. The pick after, James Harden. Couple picks down the way, Steph Curry.
Oh,
after that, DeMar DeRozan, Drew Holiday, Jeff Teague. Hashim Thabit was drafted in 2009, and nobody remembers him. And to be 7'3" and move like that.
Yeah,
he was out of the NBA by 2014.
Oof. He was the man too in UConn.
Thabit, yeah, man, had it rocking.
What do you think about would you consider Vince Young a pretty big bust?
I think he made a Pro Bowl.
So Reggie Bush was drafted before him. Mario Williams also. Mario had a decent.
Mario was good. No, I don't think. I mean, because Vince had a year. I mean, 2,100 yards. I guess for me, it's about who was drafted after you, and also how were you? Dude,
yeah, the 2006 NFL draft wasn't that great. Matt Leinart, Jay Cutler.
Well, and my thing is Vince Young won Rookie of the Year, and then in 2009 he had was number 3 in Comeback Player of the Year awards. But I think I got you, bro. My final draft was who?
You got him. You definitely got me. It was, I mean, when you got Jamarcus Russell, Kwame Brown, and Trent Richardson and Darko.
Yeah. I wanted to go with the beat, but I was so NBA heavy. I know people feel about that. But I got nothing else left for today, Tyler. That's 1 minute or 1 hour.
Yeah, I had Ryan Leaf, Greg Oden, Anthony Bennett, Charles Rogers, and Brian Bosworth.
Yeah, that's a group. Shout out to all the busts out there, man. I'm Chris. That's Tyler.
Peace.